Hello, today is the anniversary of the Battle of Waterloo in 1815, where Wellington and his allies defeated the French forces led by Napoleon. In those days when such a victory was achieved, or any news, it was conveyed to London via ships communicating with each other, and then eventually when it reached the south coast, the news would be flagged from station to station until it reached the capital. On this occasion, when the signal got to Winchester, the flags on the top of the cathedral began to spell out the message, Wellington defeated, when a fog rolled in and obscured the top of the cathedral, and everyone, of course, began mourning and deep sadness at the loss of this battle, this major battle. But then, of course, when the fog withdrew and the flags could be seen, it said Wellington defeated our enemies. It struck me that the attitude of those who would have probably, when the fog came, said, well, we knew that was going to happen, represents an attitude that we sometimes find in other people and perhaps even in ourselves today. Fearing the worst, catastrophizing, I think, is our modern jargon for it. A bit like Eeyore in the Winnie the Pooh stories, who, when Pooh said one day, good morning, Eeyore's reply was, good morning, if it is a good morning, which I doubt. And then there's the little snippet of conversation from Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot, where one tramp says to the other, well, that passed the time, to which the reply was, well, it would have passed in any case. An attitude to life which just sort of struggles through it and fears the worst and just gets on with it, and if calamities happen, well, that's only what is to be expected. And I think, although it's easy to caricature such an approach, I think sometimes in all of us there's a little bit of an assumption that things are never going to go our way, that things are always going to go wrong. And it's an approach which the psychologists say can increase our stress levels to, in some cases, of course, to unhealthy levels. Because if we're always worried about life, if we always wake up feeling that something's not going to go right today, it doesn't help our sense of equilibrium and our mental health. So I just thought today it was worth just checking whether there's anything in my approach to life which has this very negative aspect, whether I sometimes do fear the worst when actually there's nothing to fear, and to try and look realistically at the things that are happening to me, my health, my relationships, events in my life, and to realise that on the whole the balance between things going well and things going not so well is at least evenly distributed, and hopefully, and I think we can assume this for our health's sake, most of the time things will go well for us, though sometimes, of course, they don't. But catastrophizing about them is not going to stop them.